Smartphones are a primary source of communication in today's world. You rarely encounter someone that does not have a cell phone. Imagine how many times a day you glance at your phone to check the time or just notifications. In a study published by the New York Post, written by SWNS on November 8, 2018, they found that the average American checks their phone once every 12 minutes. That's 120 times a day that you look at your screen, and most people exceed this amount. As phones grow increasingly more popular, there is a need for more rules and regulations regarding them. Teachers often have a hard time getting students to put down their phones and actually focus on the curriculum they're teaching. Students suffer from the increasing cell phone popularity. They have many more distractions, and in order to limit these distractions, there should be no cell phones in the classroom. There are several reasons why cell phones in the classroom can cause more harm than good. Cell phone usage in the classroom can prohibit students from learning. Students cannot pay attention to their teachers and text or play games at the same time. For example, if a teacher is trying to instruct a student on how to do their assignment and the student is sitting there playing on their phone, they might miss some of the directions or just not pay attention at all. This could cause them to do badly in the assignment and therefore hurt their overall grade. Another potential problem is that students may be messaging others. Texting, first of all, is distracting in itself. Students could potentially be bullying others or talking about topics that are not appropriate for school. There are many conflicts that occur on the school grounds as a result of these messaging. They could also be sending pictures of tests or homework to others, impeding on the other students' potential to actually learn the material and benefit from the class. Cheating results in a 0, no questions asked. And students exchanging answers like this is a direct form of cheating. In an article from The Lance titled, "Does Cell Phone Usage Really Affect Our Communication Skills?" written by Aaron Stewart, it says that schoolwork is interrupted and children become distracted when they receive notifications of new chats, messages, texts, or emails. These interruptions can quickly add up over time, and it will take the student much longer to complete their work. There have been a lot of new apps developed recently that students use as social media that can potentially cause problems. Apps such as Snapchat, Instagram, or Twitter allow students to share posts instantly, which is really great, but as a student myself, I see how frequently these apps are used and what is posted on them. I can also testify firsthand that I'm able to complete my work much faster if I just put my phone away. It's easy to get off track and spend 30 minutes online without even realizing it. Some posts could also be hurtful things about teachers or their fellow students that were posted during class while they should have been just learning or studying. Just looking at cell phone screens for too long can be physically and mentally damaging, so prohibiting them at school can cut down on the student's overall screen time. And screens can damage your eye and increase your risk for some illnesses. In an article by On Health written in 2019 titled "Smartphone Dangers," it states that smartphones emit a sort of blue light, and this can cause heart arrhythmias and sleep problems, and also contributes to obesity and diabetes. Students may decide to look at their phones instead of talking to the other kids in the classroom in their school. If students do not communicate with others, they do not learn the effective communication skills. For example, say there is a group project, and one student is on their phone and not doing any of the work at all. Not only do they not learn the material, but they also do not develop the skills they need to work together. These skills that they learn in school like this are very important in the workplace. And if they're on their phone and not talking at all, they are not developing them. This has the potential to really hurt the student in the future while they're trying to get a job or say they had to go for an interview or something. Some people may think cell phones can be useful, and they really can, just not really during school. Others may argue that when students have their phone on hand, it would be helpful during an emergency. However, it would also create chaos if there was a false alarm or a drill and students began texting and calling others. If there was a real emergency, many schools have alarm systems and other ways to alert the proper authorities to the problem. Once again, people may think that phones can be an effective way in learning in school. Technology itself can be very useful in teaching and catering to the different styles of learning. But when cell phones are used, students have access to messaging and other sites that do not involve any learning at all. There is temptation to use other apps instead of the ones instructed to use. These sites and messages may, in a student's mind, take precedence over their teacher in assignments and their learning. There are other materials that can be used in place of phones that will achieve a similar result without the lure of texting and other distractions. Computers or school monitored tablets can be used instead and create a learning environment that is more effective than using a cell phone. There are many things that offer the same opportunities for learning but eliminate the distractions. Removing the use of cell phones will better benefit students and their learning capabilities. Cell phones, as seen by millennials, are an extension of themselves. And if this extension was eliminated in school, we could find out how much the students are actually knowing and learning. By prohibiting cell phone usage, we stop distractions and start learning and taking in the material that is being taught. This will greatly benefit students in the long run.